All right. Hey, guys, this is Walt Bayliss. Thanks so much for joining me. Together on this call, I have a very good friend, Jeff Staniforth, who is joining me to talk about domains, domaining, buying the right domains, and making money from domain names. Jeff, thanks so much for joining me, mate.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure.
How long have you been buying and selling and making money from domains for?
Well, I actually got into the market about 20 years ago, and it was just to buy some domain names for superannuation.
Wow.
And my actual main business was in the self-help. So I've been sort of spending the majority of my time in that area, creating products and some software. And yeah, just starting to get back into the domain names now and wanting to do. I've sold a few, but that's mainly been sort of inbound. But I wanted to start sort of getting into the outbound sales market now, where you actually actively go out and pursue potential buyers.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get into that in just a... Sorry, mate, I didn't mean to cut you off. We'll get into that in just a second, Jeff, where we're talking about the outbound side of things. When you say that you started 20 years ago buying a couple for superannuation, for a retirement plan, what was it about those domains that kind of made you think to yourself, wow, that's going to be a good investment?
A lot of it's really saying, does the name itself sort of attach to an industry that's worth a lot of money?
Yeah, sure.
So obviously a financial domain name is going to potentially have a lot more, value to it than, one of the areas I am into is affirmations, but affirmations at the time, you could run a search and you probably wouldn't find anything there on the internet. So yeah, a lot of it was sort of attached to the value of to the end user.
Yeah, sure. And do you think that that's a smart, filter to put across? What are the industries that make a lot of money? Obviously, we talk about finance, real estate, automotive, insurance, those kind of things. Will domains in that area, do you think, have a higher value moving forward?
If you've got an exact match keyword, it's easy to go and, you can look at the matrix. You can see if you've got number one on that keyword, the potential search traffic, and you can also find out how much people are paying for a click. So it's you even completely take yourself out of the guesswork, and you can actually compute that and and get an idea. And there's tools there that'll tell you the degree of difficulty to actually get a number one search position. So it's fairly easy to calculate rather than just sort of saying, oh, I think that'll be a good investment. Yeah. Although I didn't do that at the time because them tools weren't around. So it was just sort of a bit of gut feeling and and you get caught up a little bit in the hype. So I brought some that I've since dropped that were got a bit carried away because obviously they're not all available.
Yeah, sure. You mentioned that you'd sold a couple, mate. What kind of profit margin are we talking? Did you get hundreds for them? Did you get thousands for them? Where did you land?
Now I got 35,000 for one. That was a you can heal yourself.
Yep.
And then there was Kitsch with an N at the end, Kitsch N, which was a magazine. I got 10 grand for that. So wow. not really big sales and a couple of other small ones, but enough to sort of make you sort of feel, oh yeah, this has got a lot of potential. And
fantastic.
Yeah. So it's, and plus it covers your cost.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Do you go? So now that you're looking to get back into that domaining world, are you thinking that it's just .coms that have the major value, or would you look at .net, .org, all of the others that are out there, or do you focus on just the .coms?
Yeah, because I got mine so long ago, that's when the .coms were there before the alternative extensions come in. So I brought that many that I was quite happy with my portfolio at that stage. And when the others come along, yeah, they had a higher sort of dollar figure. So yeah, for me, I just wasn't interested in sort of expanding into other areas.
Yeah, sure.
But I think the CA and California, I think some people have made money on the extensions, but a lot of people have lost big time as well. So
yeah, sure. Like being able to register everything from .club to whatever.
I think Moby had a lot of hype at one stage, and yeah, some people have paid 100 grand and ended up selling them for $7 grand.
Yeah, right. So it's a matter of doing your research, like anything else, I guess. But the
.com, well, it's they build up the hype, and everyone says, oh yeah, I think that's that's got a lot of potential, and they get as I said originally, you can get carried away, and you buy a few thinking you're going to be able to sort of turn a profit inside of a year, and unfortunately it's not always the case.
But doesn't always work out that way. Are you mainly sort of buy and sell for profit? Is that your model?
like I say, I brought my portfolio quite a while ago, so I'm just looking to sell it now. You know,
Yep.
sort of start selling off the assets, and not really looking to purchase any now. Although I'm in a, I don't know if you've heard of Michael Cyber. He's got a Cyber. He's got a domain name site where everyone gets together and they talk about, you know, bounce ideas. They got a news group there, but he's actually got a complete course there.
Okay.
So I'm pretty much going through that and sort of getting the learning curve on doing the outbound.
Nice. So tell me
You
about
know,
the
because I've got
outbound.
that website. And I built that website, Abode Domains, just for incoming sort of people that had searched for it and found stuff. And I thought about doing press releases and that, but at the moment I'm just going to sort of concentrate on, you know, a couple of domain names. And from what I understand, you know, if you can sort of, you know, using tools like you've got, go out and say get to you know 200, 300, you know, really sort of qualified people. And if the letter you're sending out, the message you're sending out is good, you should be able to get 2 to 3, 5% sort of initial sort of interest in it.
Mm.
So just really working on the numbers game. And
Yeah, cool. So you mentioned the tools that I've got, which we've got the domain finding tool, and then we've got the outbound kind of finding the leads system and putting those two together. So one of the videos that I did last week, actually, I found a domain name which was for a specific area, bay area in a city, and it was that particular area plus realtor. So it was the name. I won't give away the domain, but it was the name of the name of the location, the geolocation, realtor.com. And so we bought that for $10. And then there was three realtors in that area. And I sent them all the same email and just let them know that I had that domain and it was available to them if they wanted to rent it from me at $25 a month. So, I mean, I know a lot of people get a lot more value than that on a monthly basis, but just as a case study, finding domains in a location and then the businesses that suit that domain and just renting from a redirect point of view, you manage to keep the asset and still bring in the cash flow.
Yeah, for sure. And then if you can do a little bit of search engine SEO on top of that.
Absolutely.
So, to sort of add more value to them. And
yeah, definitely. So
Jeff, you can send them.
That's a good point. Do you add value to the domains that you have? Have you gone on a content spree and kind of filled them out?
I've created websites.
Yep.
As you probably know, there's a big sort of push now on doing YouTube videos, but putting them in the concept of you upload them as live.
Yep.
And there's a few little tricks you can do, but it's quite easy to get a reasonably even difficult keyword phrase, long tail phrase, high up in the search engine. So I'm sort of looking at doing stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then sort of directing them back to either if I'm going to sell it to the main Abode Domains, or even having an affiliate sort of opt-in page.
Yeah, right. So you can
funnels or
the help of other people, like pay them a brokerage
using that. Just using that traffic to see if you can get some affiliate sales on it. Yeah. Because there was a stage where lots of people were just having the domain names go to a landing page and might be some ads on it, but that's sort of proven recently not to be of great value. So I think you've got to do a lot more, be a lot more proactive in setting up a proper sort of affiliate page and an opt-in page and that.
A little bit more effort, obviously, and it's going to return a bigger pie at the end. So Jeff, you mentioned that your portfolio that you started building 20 years ago. How many domains do you hold now?
It's about I know it's 200.
200?
210. Yeah.
And if just give me a brag number. If somebody wanted to buy the whole lot off you, what would they have to pay?
Oh, good Lord, that's a good question.
Would it be $1 million?
You'd be looking at something like that, easy. Yeah. I mean, there's some there that I think are worth a fair bit. I mean, I've got some of I got CBD for sale and CBD sports. Awesome. CBD sports very brandable.
Yep.
CBD for sale, call to action in the actual domain name. And obvious what both of them are. So I know 2 people with CBD sports have tried to get a trademark on it, and apparently it's not trademarkable. because
There you go.
CBD is a component of a product, being
Yep.
the marijuana leaf,
Yep.
and sports is just a group of people. So they both of them have been knocked back. So I know there's two potential buyers there.
Well, they'd probably be willing to step up with it with some cash if you made the offer.
Yeah, yeah. And then
So
you got the pharmaceuticals. Yeah, that's why I was saying to you with your product, sort of going over and trying to find some very qualified leads in them areas.
yeah, absolutely, and finding the right buyer for them. In terms of an investment strategy, Jeff, I often talk to people about the fact that digital real estate can be just as valuable as physical real estate. And now a lot of the time when we talk about physical real estate, we talk about buying a block of land, developing it by putting a house on it, selling it for a profit. Digital real estate can work the same, where we talk about buying a domain name which has a specific address, developing it by adding content, SEO, and making sure it's ranked in the search engines, etc., and then either selling that off as a developed property or renting that out. As I mentioned before. Do you, as you look at, you mentioned that you're purely looking now at offloading that portfolio that you have. Do you think you would go down a buying spree anymore?
Really, my energy is going to go into selling the assets I've got now. Who knows, if you see there's always something comes along, and because I'm also a musician, so I'm setting up a music website, so I got into buying a few music domain names, but they're absolutely for personal use, and so I want to go back onto this, sell a few domain names, and then probably employ a couple of people to fully develop that site.
Yeah, nice.
But even the ones in the CBD area, there's sites that I would quite enjoy promoting and setting up, because I believe it's a fantastic product. It's helping a lot of people, especially sports people, that are getting onto these opioids, and it's a sad street they go down when they get addicted. So to help people in that.
There's definitely a trend there at the moment. Jeff, if anybody was, so imagine that you're sitting down having a beer with someone or a coffee, and they were talking about getting started in their own portfolio building. What advice would you give to someone who was just getting started in the whole domaining sphere right now?
I'd say go and join some user groups, Domain Name Academy, and there's a few out there. It's you sort of got to keep yourself grounded, I guess, because it's easy to get carried away with it. There's a few people that everyone wants to tell you the success stories.
Sure.
But it's I think it was Ready Aim Fire. I can't remember his name, but he always said if you're going to sell something, don't create it first of all. See if you can sell it.
Yeah.
So he would say, if it's a book, go and buy 20 books from Amazon and see if you can sell it, because then the reality will sort of get home that it's not always as easy as you think. I forget who else it was. He called it entrepreneurial seizure.
Yeah, right.
Chapter wrote for E-Myth. So you got to get grounded, and by going into some of them groups, you can sort of, get a few contacts of people that down the track a bit ways more than yourself, and definitely get in there, get to know it, and just buy a couple of cheap, well, not cheap ones, but as you're saying, see if you can pick some up that you're hand register them rather than trying to buy some from the aftermarket. And get out there, and like you say, if you're doing the geo ones, it's a lot easier. There's a lot more potential, and as you say, if you can just do that and get 4 or 5, and you can get, what was you saying, $25 a month off them?
Yeah, that was the quick and easy one, just for the case study. Yeah, but I know of a friend who's renting them out for $100 or $200 a month. So
obviously the more traffic you're sending down there, so if you've done some CEO on the back of it as well and started increasing the traffic, and you can prove that traffic increase, you can say to them, at the moment we'll do 25 a month, but as soon as it starts getting up to a couple of hundred visitors a month, we'll renegotiate, and this is the path we'll go down if you're interested in that, or we won't sort of do SEO on it. I'm sure they've got a little bit of time then to sort of see what traffic's coming in and if it's converting, and because obviously it needs to be qualified traffic, and geo ones are, someone's looking for real estate in the Boston area, obviously that's very qualified.
Exactly, fairly targeted. So the best advice is to get educated, start to find out about it, and go through the process, finding out, what does it take to buy a domain? How do you increase the value of that? How do you kind of approach a potential buyer?
And that's exactly what you put into Google, how to add value of a domain name. They'll probably say, put a website up, try and click to the email address. Even if you don't want to put a website up, you've got ClickFunnels now where you can send the traffic straight there.
To an opt-in
You've
form.
got other sort of competitors now that have actually got funnel software with autoresponders incorporated into them. So you don't have to go down the Aweber or autoresponder route. You're doing it very cheaply. You can buy them software products for under $100.
Yeah, some nice, some great programs out there, aren't they? So basically, get involved, start getting to use some of the tools and find the leads. And Jeff, as you're looking at offloading the portfolio, and we mentioned there that there's a couple of hundred and $1 million worth of domain names as you're going through. Is there a few markets? Hang on, let me ask this a different way. Somebody once said to me, all the good domains are already gone. What do you think about that comment?
All the good ones are gone.
Yeah.
The sales are definitely dropping, but if you can find the right person, obviously there's businesses starting up all the time.
Yeah.
So they need good domain names. And any, businesses now do realize the potential of strong branding. And if you've got that domain name, it's not like they're going to say, oh, we can't afford that, we'll go to the next one. They'll actually want it.
Yeah.
So, but they might already be taken. Some of the dictionary ones, they very much likely are. So,
but there's always domains dropping. There's always, new, as you said, new businesses. You mentioned CBD, which wasn't even on the radar 3-4 years ago. So there's always new wells coming through, I guess.
Yeah. So obviously a lot of the good ones are gone because .com are the good ones, and the majority of dictionary words are all gone. So then you do variations on them, but like you say, people are dropping them, and you can still go and buy that one and be a middleman and sort of sell it to someone else if you've got the capital.
As long as you own the asset, you can do what you like with it.
Yeah. So it's certainly not as easy as it was sort of 20 years ago.
No, well, but there's also a lot more opportunity out there for offloading them now than there ever was. Jeff, thanks so much, mate. I really appreciate the insight and the chance to bounce back and forth.
It's a pleasure. Yeah,
a little bit on it. I hope that the $1 million buyers come through for you.
Thumbs up to me.
Thumbs up to you, mate. You can buy me a beer when that comes through. Jeff, again, thanks very much, mate. I really appreciate the chance.
That's a pleasure. Okay.
All right. Stay well, man. Cheers.
Okay. And you. Bye-bye.